Welcome back to Maker's Journey Workshop. I'm Benjamin Davies, and today we're making foam caddies. We've actually got a couple in the shop already that are wood. My buddy Jason that works with us here in the shop makes them, and as a content creator in a blacksmith shop, I'm constantly on my phone in between heats, checking our status, trying to reply to comments, checking our e-commerce thing, making sure I'm replying to messages there. So I'm on my phone all day. The thing that's really nice about these, it allows me to put my phone down somewhere safe in the shop where my camera's not going to get scratched up, which is just as much a tool for me as my hammer is. This is a really good project you can do, and I think you can take to craft shows. I've never sold these, but once I started using the ones that we got from Jason in the shop, I only wanted more. I'm constantly toting those wooden ones that I showed you back and forth to the shop. I use two phones in the shop. One I use is an old phone, like an iPod. If you know what that is, your back hurts today. Don't forget to stretch. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mark this line right here. And we're gonna do that with this chisel. Something to note, most of our chisels that you're gonna see us use are gonna have a slight curve to them. They're just for giving as beginners. And they're not gonna buck. If this was a perfectly square edge, even though it's rounded, what I'm saying is at 90 degrees down here, if you weren't perfectly lined every time you mislicked, it would buck. I know, starting stock size. So impatient, these people, I tell you what. So for this piece, the bottom piece, it is a 3-inch wide bar by 1/4 inch, and it is 6 inches long. This one right here, this one's not cut to size, but it's a 2-inch wide bar, 1/4 inch thick, and we started with a 4.5 inch length, which gave us this outcome. All right, so what's the 30-30 challenge all about? A week ago, exactly a week ago, I had the idea of, why don't we make 30 YouTubes in 30 days? I said, that'd be great, we'll do that at the beginning of April. I had no idea the beginning of April was so close. But I thought it was an hour never thing. And so we leaned into it. I had a conversation with my wife, she said, go for it. And the biggest thing was, I really enjoy making and sharing this content, and it's pretty exciting whenever I hear back from some of y'all how it's helpful. Still don't know everything, but I'm really excited to share what I have, and I hope it cuts down the time deficit or helps you figure out your way around that problem you can't. If you're enjoying our videos, we ask that you subscribe, please. It'd mean the world to us. And even more, if you don't mind, and if perhaps it's not too much, and if it's not a bother, share with your friends and family if you think they would enjoy it as well. We'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get back to the video. So I'm sitting for this process. I remember seeing Smith sit when I was younger. I was like, what are they doing? They need to stand up. They're being lazy. Got to the point to where here in the shop, before we drill our hooks, I go ahead and center punch them. Every time I do that, I sit, and I've gotten a good habit, and I'm really comfortable at sitting there at my anvil and punching. It also gives me a real clear vantage point that I don't have whenever I'm standing. Another thing to note is I wear a leather glove, because even though this is just 1/4 inch stuff, it radiates a lot of heat. Before you get started on the upsetting, think about how you're gonna lay out your upsets. I accidentally laid this one out wrong. They're both pointing uphill towards the center of the bar, and this one actually needs to point downhill. And so this upsetting flat bar really takes something They can be plain and boring and look very minimalist if you were just to cut it off around the edges and just fold it. It jazzes it up a little bit, gives it some character without you trying to forge the belly of this guy out and wearing yourself out of the anvil. Just something I thought about that definitely goes into my design process whenever I'm working with minimal tools and I'm just trying to be efficient and effective as possible. All right, in this next bit, we use just a chunk of wood. We actually just went and stole this off the drill press. Doesn't have to be fancy. There's so many creative workarounds just lying around your shop that you probably trip over every day and you don't see. Because this is going to be the stop. It's going to look better if it lines up, but I don't have to go crazy. Pro tip, especially on these small pieces, it's not always capable on big pieces, but go ahead and either tumble or wire brush these pieces separate before you rivet them together. If not, you end up with like a weird line right here because you can't get your grinder close enough, or sometimes you try to focus too hard on those spots that it gets really shiny, and you don't want that. And these little tight crevices that are formed, it's gonna be hard to get a cut brush in there. You can get a wire wheel, but then that doesn't look like fun. So polish these guys up first and then put them together. All right, last step is we're gonna rivet these guys up. Now I want my rivets to finish flush on the backside, and that way it sits level, and I don't have to worry about it rocking. So I just eyeball this because I've done it so many times, you'll get there too. If not, we talk about the formula in this video right here, and you can kind of figure out what you need. That's why we countersunk them, and that way we can recess that rivet into that countersink. So the rivet is a little bit proud because I want to actually finish this rivet flush. That's why we did a countersink. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snip just probably about a quarter the length of an inch off, not much at all. Copper's soft, so you can just take your time, squeeze slow, catch it. I think it's gonna give us a much better finish. Grab a piece. All right, for this next part, you'll need a copper rivet. You'll actually need two of them. And the way that I make these is I use this resource right here. I like these guys, I order online, and if you're in the area, be kind and courteous. Give them the heads up they requested, and see if you can stop by if you get the chance. It's a pretty cool shop, ran by a pretty good family. I doubt they know me from Adam, but every time I've gone in there, they've been nothing but kind to me and let me go and look and get the things that I need, and very helpful every time I've asked for something. They've even, when they've been short on something, called me back a month or two later whenever it finally got restocked. You know, do you remember shortages just a few years ago? There we go, I'm in the spot, I'm gonna go slow. Nice. I like it. Let's see, we're a little waffy job. Get in there. Whoa, ah! Our Infinity Hardy. With just the tools I'm gonna make out of this for bucking blocks, it'd be dumb not to make one. I feel like I would be dumb not to make one. We made this one quick and dirty. It's a little off center. I really made it really quick. And that way, as we made these guys, it could protect the heads of our anvils without crushing them. Copper is so extremely soft that it would have just ruined them and flattened them out had we put this upside down on the anvil and smacked these rivets in. So we made us a bucking block. These are really easy, and I'm gonna show you how to in our upcoming video. Man, that's all I got for y'all today. Get out there and make one of these guys. They're so cool, it's so handy, and I love how heavy it is. That thing probably weighs, I don't know, 1.5 pounds or something. I mean, it's a chunk. If you don't have 3-inch bar, these exact dimensions laying around, be creative. I think, and it'd probably be pretty sexy, you could probably even streamline it down and use the 2-inch bar as your base and then a 1-inch bar as the top plate, and it would just kind of sit right in the middle of the foam, and it'd be sleek and slenderous and sexy. yeah, I think designs can be sexy. Appreciate you being here. And as always, smash that subscribe button. Don't make me say it the hard way, okay? Just smash that subscribe button. I warned you, okay? Also, if you enjoyed this video today and you think you know somebody that would too, please share it with them. We'd really appreciate that as well. Thank you. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great one.